I really didn't talk about the last game of Rakuzan versus Shutoku because really that last game was actually really interesting, and luckily for me they do necessarily highlight the last little moments of that in this episode, which are that even though Shutoku they didn't necessarily do their best, I mean Rakuzan, they still had to give something because it wasn't like it was a clean sweep. They really did try to, I mean, like, they had to try and stop Shutoku because once they got all lax, they were fucking, like, catching up. So there is that. On to this game. On to Kaicho versus Soren. And Soren, they have a pretty good plan, or at least like this one starts out a lot more emotional than most of what the other ones are, especially since that Kisei is saying like that he likes them as friends, and you know he sees them as rivals, and that they did this and that. And Kuroko pretty much came out and said the same thing. It's like, yeah, man, we're rivals. I seen you as a rival and stuff like that, and it did get him fired up and stuff like that. To the point in which that it did kind of fuck them over in the end, because, or at least like at the beginning of this game, because it's the first quarter and they're already, I mean, like, and Kisei is already pulling out the stops. That's something that can really fuck you up, especially since okay, they Soren starts off, they are trying their hardest to get the lead. They're trying to go ahead and like shoot like 3s and 2s and shit like that. And pretty much for the most part, they do score a few. But since Kisei can do this fucking perfect copy, well now he has a 5-minute limit. However, he can really do a lot of fucking damage with that because he has like every single one of the the generation of miracle skills. And also on top of that, he can also copy Akatsuki, Atsuki's, Akashi's, well, now he can fucking copy his ankle break, which is not a fucking good thing. The guy he can make perfect 3s, has perfect blocks, can shoot at any angle, past the past the fucking free throw line and fucking make it, can break through everybody's defense, and also can now break everybody's ankles. And really, I do believe that he can also copy Kuroko's abilities of like all of his passes and shit like that, which that may not be wise because most of their members really haven't had any experience playing with that type of style, because everybody else's is way more singular, so you can understand that. But doing Kuroko's, even though he probably could do them, they're not that wise to do. But for reals though, that perfect copy shit is really a problem because he can do it whenever he wants. It's not like Kagami going into the zone, okay? You going into the zone, you kind of have to warm up a little bit. You gotta, and even that has its own little limits. But I'm like, you have to play the game a little bit first to try and get into that. For the perfect copy, yeah, that shit's doing damage like right off bat. So yeah. And they do kind of end this thing off with them saying like, okay, they have to pull out some real shit to try and stop Kisei when he's in this he's in that mode. So that is something that is stacked against them. So I'll just leave it off there by saying like this episode was really good, and I do wonder what Soren is going to do against Kaijo, but that is what I gotta say about that. And yeah, I'll catch you next time on the next John Grave Show. Please tell me, what do you think of this episode down there in the comment section. I'll catch you next time. Keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.